Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome. Hopefully we are live. It looks like our videos is lagging just a little bit. So welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio. So glad you are joining me today. Welcome to the show. There we go. I think we're back on track now. Oh, technology. You got to love it. When it works great. But when it doesn't, it just kind of throws you for a loop a little bit. So anyway, welcome to the show. So glad you're joining me today. It's beautiful here today in northern Colorado. Admittedly, I did not get outside much this morning. I had to... had a lot of appointments this morning, and I ran outside just for a little bit, just to get my feet on the ground and, let my dog out and all that stuff. But I wish I had gotten out a little bit earlier this morning, because I feel like day by day, you know what I'm going to say, fall is moving in, and that means we're getting closer and closer to winter. Which, me, I'm like, oh no, here we go, winter. I know I live in Colorado. I know this is snow country, ski country, and all that stuff, but I'm totally a summer girl. So I just go through a little bit of, angst as we change into the winter seasons. But anyway, it is still beautiful here, so I'm going to enjoy it every single day. I have a great show for you today, talking about a very pertinent topic. I hope you'll connect to this, because I certainly see it now, plain as day. And what I want to talk about for the daily topic today is, beyond the left and right paradigm, we got to break free from a divisive paradigm, because it's keeping us controlled. It truly is. And I'm going to show you some examples of how I see that and why I'm talking about that today. A news topic I want to talk about is this Susan Monarez, right? This is the CDC director that's recently been fired. I'm just so annoyed by her, because she's wasting our time. She's spending our money, and she's wasting our time. And clearly she's playing political games. So I'm going to bring a little bit more light to that. I want to show you where she's been in government before she landed at the CDC. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. California, good old California. What is it? Probably, I would venture to guess it's probably the most vaccinated state in the union. Just a guess. But I would venture to guess. And guess what they're going through right now? Oh, you guys, they have a new COVID. They have a new COVID variant, and they're surging. The cases are surging. So I'm going to introduce you to something called Stratus. It's crazy. And then there's some glyphosate found in eggs. So we're going to talk about that. Our health topic today is raw milk. I know I've talked about this before, but there's a lot of people really interested in raw milk right now. And so we're going to cover the benefits of it and what it can do for you. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And then, of course, we've got our naturally inspired moment today. So let's get going. Let's get going on this daily topic. Big announcement today that Erica Kirk, which is Charlie Kirk's wife, will be taking over Turning Point USA. And I could have guessed that, just by her speech and their relationship and how close they were. I don't think there's anybody that could execute his mission the way that Erica can, because she obviously knew him the best. And the way she spoke, her conviction, is not a surprise to me that she's going to be doing that. So that's a really good development, I think, in a terrible situation. Obviously, horrific situation. I feel like that's a glimmer of light that she's going to be taking that over. What I want to bring to light, though, is that we are, this left-right paradigm, because the Charlie Kirk situation, I think, is an opportunity for unity. Because what I am seeing all over social media is that nobody buys the story. This story that's starting to be formed, these texts, these statements, nobody's buying it. Whether you're on the left, whether you're on the right, whether you're with this organization or that competing organization, nobody's buying it. So I think it's a really good opportunity for unity. I want to play this clip from Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh, of course, part of the Daily Wire, right? And we know, there's lots of versions of stories going around already, and nobody knows yet what the story is, what the truth is. Nobody knows. But the thing that we have in common is that everybody doesn't trust the official story, Matt Walsh included. Take a listen to this.
Intent of this article was to deflect any suspicion from Discord and the people the shooter was interacting with on the platform. And presumably that's why the shooter's friends gave those screenshots to Ken Klippenstein to begin with. But in truth, in reality here, the screenshots raise far more questions than they answer. So let's pull that first screenshot up again. Let's look at this again. After Charlie is shot, according to this screenshot, there's a grand total of 5 messages on this Discord server written by 2 people about the assassination. And none of them are incriminating or even controversial. And these messages stop by 5 p.m. The entire evening of September 10th, after all this had happened, and most of September 11th, the next day until 9 p.m., no one says anything at all. And then, out of nowhere, the shooter confesses. He basically tells an empty room that appears to be uninterested in the Kirk assassination that he did it. Now, this is not evidence, as Ken claimed, that the shooter...
So a lot of questions there from Matt Walsh, but I'll just tell you the title of his show today was "We Aren't Getting the Full Story About Charlie Kirk," right? So he's questioning it. We all know Candace Owens is questioning it, right? We all know. So they kind of come from, different sides, Matt Walsh and Candace Owens, given Candace's very, just tumultuous relationship with the Daily Wire. But the unity here is that they both agree that we're not getting the full story. And so I want to point out that this is a real opportunity here. And what I've been saying for so long, listen, these people on the extreme left and people on the extreme right, although I have a hard time saying extreme right because I've never really seen somebody or interacted with somebody who I would consider like the extreme right. I don't know what that is, because extreme right, that's like criminal, it's like getting into criminal area. And honestly, on the left, it's also criminal. The extreme left with the butchery, the butchering children and promoting, surgeries on little children, changing their gender and stuff. That's criminal to me. So that's not where most people are. Most people are somewhat centered. I mean, there was a website a long time ago, and I wish I could remember the name of it because I made my kids do it when we were homeschooling. And it was just a series of questions, a lot of questions. And it was like, what do you think about this issue? What do you think about this issue? What do you think about that issue? And after you answer all of these different types of questions, it gives you an assessment and tells you what side, right? If you're on the left or on the right. And we all came out center. We all came out center because I feel like the center is the common sense, you know? And I think it's just a matter of us acknowledging that. This whole left-right thing, it's got to go. It's not serving us anymore. We're now the party of the people and the party of common sense. For the majority. Stay tuned, everybody. This is Naturally Inspired Radio.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great-tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Welcome back. In just 8 weeks, my skin feels plumper, my fine lines have softened, and I love not needing as much makeup. The Liquid BioCell, that's the low molecular weight liquid BioCell collagen, has been a total game changer for Jen. She absolutely loves it. She doesn't want to go without it anymore, and I feel exactly the same way. I've been on it now for over a year, I think, and I've just experienced so many wonderful benefits. We need collagen. After the age of your early 20s, you don't produce as much collagen as you used to. In fact, you lose 1% a year. And then when you get into like your older years, like such as myself, it goes down even more. You're not producing it like you used to. So that's why we see the differences in skin as we get to perimenopause, menopausal age, and in men in your 50s and 60s. You see it the elasticity start to go away. Maybe your skin's a lot drier. that's because we're not getting the collagen that we need. So it's absolutely important to make sure you're supplementing with collagen. And this is my favorite one. Go to naturallyinspiredstore.com today. Just click on the collagen link. It'll take you right there. And of course, when you become a member of the Naturally Inspired community, you get to all the bonuses that come along with that, including our weekly wellness workshop every Tuesday night. So head on over there today, naturallyinspiredstore.com. Get yourself some collagen. You definitely need it. Okay, so this conversation around unity, I mean, first of all, let me say, like, I'm not your girl that's like, oh, all utopic and, that we're going to live in just a utopian, everybody's got to love each other, hugs and that's not me. Although that's great, but I guess what I'm saying is I don't believe in the whole, rainbows and unicorns type of scenario, but I do believe in respect. I do believe in respect, and I think it's the number one thing that we need. If I want freedom to be able to make my own medical decisions, then everybody you have to be able to give everybody that right about their medical decisions, right? So, I don't want to take people's pharmaceuticals away from them because I don't want you dictating that I have to take pharmaceuticals. So it's kind of an easy thing to just like respect other people's beliefs, respect it. And the best way to influence people to, just be a model of what you want to see more of. You don't need, it just broke my heart. I saw this viral clip of Charlie Kirk because of course everything is Charlie Kirk right now online. But he was talking to a young person in his audience with, bleached lime green hair and kind of an obese person, all dressed in black, all the things, right? I call them like it's a cult. You gotta wear a uniform to fit into that. You know what I'm saying? Be a part of the alphabet letter cult. And their uniform with that is, you gotta have these trademarks, right? You gotta look the part. And so this young person was, lime green hair, all the things, and, but it was really, really, quite a beautiful moment because this person was actually tired of the cult. They had tried all the things, the pills to try to feel like a different gender. And at this point, when I was watching it, I was looking at this person, I'm just thinking, this is medical wreckage. This is the aftermath of the pharmaceutical industry and the propaganda and the dangerous type of rhetoric. You can be anything you want to be. This is the aftermath of that. And this person is at the end of it and is talking to Charlie Kirk and saying, I just want to feel good. I just want to feel good. What can I do kind of thing. And he just says, listen, like, I respect you. And I think you really need someone who's qualified to kind of help walk you through this and get you back to who you really are, and I think it was just, a great moment because I think anybody can be led astray, especially when they are, vulnerable. And that's, I think, what makes me the maddest about this whole thing is that this anything that's trying to get you to not be who you were born to be is evil. And this cult, they're trying to talk you in. Oh, you're not enough. Oh, do you feel like you might need to be something else? You can be anything you want. If that's not demonic, I don't know what is. And we have the stats to prove it, right? We have people who have transitioned. It's not a good ratio, and you are fighting against nature when you take that route. So I think that, once people can kind of understand that you don't have to be, you don't have to adhere to the cult tenets. You don't have to do that. And there is this middle of common sense, that people are like, yeah, I can understand how you think that way. And let people do what they feel called to do. At the same time, if you feel strongly about something, then model that behavior. Because if you're doing the right things, your results will impact others. So take this guy that I was just telling you about, this girl, I think it was a girl, suffering, not the picture of health, right? Obese, green hair, very pale, just doesn't look like they're thriving. And then you take somebody like Charlie Kirk who, let's just be honest, is getting better results in life. He's got a loving family. He's got a loving wife. He's got, support, everything, he's got results. You can't argue with results. And I think that's what, is going to help people get back to a common sense place. I'm not saying we all need to have the same beliefs. That is not what I'm saying. That's the beauty of humanity, right? Is our individuality. We express ourselves in different ways. Some people are creative. Some people don't have any creativity in the arts at all, but they're creative in, other things. Like maybe they're creative in sciences or whatever, everybody's different. That's what makes life exciting. But this manufactured individuality, where you're cutting your body to make it try to fix, become something else, that's not the intention and the meaning of your life. That's something that's been created by other people. And it's really sad to see. So I think, we can come back to a place where we're much more centered. So many different groups of people are recognizing this. And we're at a really urgent point. And I think we better pay attention closely right now and work to unify rather than to create more division. Listen to this clip. It's gone viral recently. I found it actually on my friend Josh's Twitter page. And I wanted to share this with you because, as I said before, everybody's questioning everything. Listen to this.
Hi, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
How would you react to Netanyahu's statement that the Jewish people are not occupiers in their own land, including in the eternal capital, Jerusalem?
Let me be clear. God is eternal. His word is eternal, and so are the Jewish people. Judaism forbids Zionism. The Jewish people never ever sought to gain sovereignty of the Holy Land till the Zionist godless founders hijacked our name. But it was never us. Our grandparents lived in the Holy Land in peace with their Arabic neighbors. They were friends and colleagues. Zionists wanted to create a Jewish nationality and destroyed it all to achieve it. Netanyahu, you do not represent us.
Thanks for the message. Hi.
I think that's so important because, yes, there are evil people within every group of people. Within white people, within American people, within Canadian people, within, Israeli people, there are evil people, and they infiltrate groups, right? They're in these different groups, but there's evil people everywhere, and they hide within the broader group, the broader scope of those people. Where else are you going to, that's what the best place to hide is, within a trusted group. And we see it all the time. I mean, so let's just take the mafia, right? The mafia. A lot of, people are Italian. And then you have the mafia that tends to be a lot of Italians in that. Does that make all Italian people criminals? No. I'll try to explain this better when we come back. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. So glad you're here with me today.
Are achy joints holding you back? Are you tired of stiffness slowing you down? It's time to restore with Joint Restore Gummies from Prosper CBD. These delicious strawberry-flavored gummies aren't just tasty. They're designed to soothe joint discomfort, promote flexibility, and help you move freely again. No more messy creams or bitter pills. Just one gummy a day to get you back to doing what you love. Best of all, no prescription needed.
My husband was headed towards knee surgery, and I was having hip pain. A friend recommended these. We tried them, and they worked great. We noticed a difference right away.
Right now, Prosper Wellness is offering a special deal, so don't wait. Go to jointrestore1.com. That's jointrestore1.com. Grab your Joint Restore gummies today. Be sure to use the promo code TAMMY, TAMMY, for 20% off your order.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that detoxing daily can help remove up to 70% of the toxins in your body? Let me share 3 real stories about how Greska's C60 has helped people feel their best every day. John from Denver, Colorado says,
I've always struggled with seasonal allergies, but since I started taking Greska C60 every day, my symptoms have significantly improved. I don't feel congested or tired all the time. It's been an amazing daily detox for my body, and I feel so much more energized.
Emily from Portland, Oregon says,
As an athlete, I was looking for a way to keep my body clean and detoxed. Greska C60 has been a great addition to my routine. I feel less bloated and I feel more clear-headed. Plus, it's helped me with occasional muscle stiffness and aches after intense workouts.
Visit c60.com or call 720-600-6040 today to start your own journey. Use promo code TAMMY at checkout for a special discount.
Welcome back. I want to invite you to book your free 30-minute consultation with me. It's an assessment. We look at nutrition, we look at environmental factors, we look at your movement, and we just take a look at everything together so we can see what might be keeping you from your optimum health results. So you can do that at naturallyinspiredstore.com. Just click on the link there to book on my calendar. Spend a little bit of time together connecting you to real solutions for health. The Naturally Inspired community is growing daily, and it's so exciting to be hearing from you that you're getting results and whatnot. Lots of people texting in now, I've lost 8 pounds, I've lost 5 pounds, I feel so much better, I have more energy, and it's because you're doing the work. But sometimes it's overwhelming to know what exactly to do. And what we're finding is this little assessment that we do is helping people get clarity on what they need to do. So become a part of it today. Go to naturallyinspiredstore.com and book your free assessment with me. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is I think we're at a real point now of where we have this opportunity where we could actually unite in a really good place. The left and the right, it is not serving us anymore. It is not serving us anymore. If we can look at this opportunity to understand that, hey, nobody believes them anymore. Nobody's believing them. Nobody's believing them. I don't care what group you're in. And let me be clear, there are bad people in every group of human that walks on this planet, right? We have the Mexican cartel. We have the Russian mafia. We have the Aryan nation, right? We have gang culture, gangbanger culture. We have the Chinese triads. Like everybody has their little crime circuit. I think we need to come together on what we agree on, and it has to be respectful. We don't have to agree on everything, but I absolutely loved this today. Bring up that screenshot of Justine Bateman's tweet today. First of all, I'm totally loving Justine Bateman, right? Like, who knew that these were her values and how outspoken she's been about it since she got suffocated through COVID. She felt suffocated through COVID. And once, she felt like she couldn't take it anymore, she came out and started expressing herself. And it turns out, just so happens, that she has a lot of what would be considered conservative values. And she's grown up in Hollywood. She's a filmmaker. But she's very articulate in the way she speaks. And so that screenshot is her promoting her brother Jason's new series that's coming out. And she just says, check out Jason's awesome series that's coming out. And so that was cool, right? Because everybody knows Jason Bateman falls on the left, right? He's made some political statements to signal that he's on the left. I'm on the left, right? Cool, right? But she doesn't let that come in between her and her brother's relationship. And so a normal sister doesn't call their brother a Nazi. They don't take shots at their brother and try to destroy them. They realize that, there's more to life than politics. And she's saying, I truly want the best for my brother. It doesn't matter to me what his politics are. He's not trying to take my life away from me and make my decisions for me, and nor is she trying to do that for him. They both live pretty, I would say in the center lives, right? Jason's married. He's got family. She's married. He's got family. They have loving families, and they love art. And they can come together on the art because they look for reasons to unify. They don't look for reasons to divide. They don't look for reasons to offend one another. They stay in the territory that unites them. And in the comments here, Justine took a lot of crap. Oh, no, thanks. I would never watch Jason's show. Well, he's, his politics, blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, wow, really? Half the time we don't even know what is going on. Let's get real. We have no idea the backdoor deals that are being done, who's doing them, who's in control. The one thing that we do agree on, though, is that we're probably being lied to most of the time. And you're going to throw away relationships. You're going to throw away opportunities. You're going to throw away being able to enjoy Jason Bateman because you don't like his politics. Well, I'm telling you right now, I don't watch Jason Bateman for his politics. I watch Jason Bateman for his facial expressions. I watch them because they make me laugh out loud. He's hilarious. His nuance in the way that he talks and just like his face says what we all think in some of these situations. He's so good at that. And so I'm not going to deprive myself of Jason Bateman's, ability to make me laugh because I don't like his politics. And I don't like his politics. But I don't look to Jason Bateman for politics. I look to Jason Bateman for fun, for laughter. And he's really good at that. And so that's where we meet in the middle. Because again, I'll remind you, nobody knows what is going on. We find out stuff all the time and it's like, what happened there? There's always more to the story. This is business. I got to say that, every day to myself. Like, don't forget, this is a business. There's negotiations being made every single day, and your country is a business, and there are business deals taking place all the time. And there's a concerted effort to divide people in our country now more than ever. We likely will probably never get to the answers of what happened to Charlie Kirk, just like we have never really gotten to the answers of who tried to kill Trump. We've never gotten the answers of what happened in Las Vegas. We don't know, even to this day, beyond a shadow of a doubt, who killed JFK. And we have no real clear reason. And Bobby Kennedy Jr. says himself, it was not Sirhan Sirhan that killed his dad. Do you see what I'm saying here? And yet we're going to fight with each other and declare ourselves a red tribe or a blue tribe. We're facilitating the control when we do that. Because all they have to do is push a button and you can get one side or the other really riled up. And as long as we continue to let them do that, they have the master control. The truth is, some of these people that are way far left, I've come to realize they're extremely traumatized and highly susceptible to influence. Because think about yourself. Trump was out there pumping the vaccine to a lot of people, right? Get the vaccine. Did all of Trump's followers get the vaccine? Nope. All that tells me is that this side is not as susceptible to groupthink. And maybe we should feel grateful for that, Grateful that we have this clarity of thought. And we should be compassionate for those that don't have it. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Welcome back. So glad you're joining me today. Don't forget to head over to Naturally Inspired Store. Enter to win. We give away free product every week, so enter to win. Book your 30-minute assessment with me. Check out the products. If you already take collagen, if you already take multivitamins, if you already use green cleaning products, I'm asking you to consider the Naturally Inspired Partner line. These are clinically tested products for all kinds of toxicity, so they're nice and clean for like 2,400 different toxins. You can't get any cleaner than this. That's one of the reasons why I partnered with them. I also partnered with them because they give 100% money back guarantee for a lifetime, meaning you try the product, I didn't really like that. You return it for a full refund over a lifetime. I mean, that's how confident they are in their products. There's so many other benefits as well. So I'd ask you to consider, support the show, support this message. It's very important now more than ever that we make a change in health in our country. You do not, I was talking to somebody this morning, you really do not have anything if you don't have your health. And so it needs to be a priority in this country. So help us change the culture of health in the country. It's not about voting people in to change health. It's about us changing the culture with our actions every single day. We have to live in prevention. We have to make better choices so that the marketplace reflects those choices, right? We're not about banning McDonald's. We're about making everybody so well informed that maybe McDonald's has to change. You know, that's what it's about. So purchase today at Naturally Inspired Store and join us in the Naturally Inspired community. And for those of you that have already done that, we are so glad that you are here and so grateful. For today's Naturally Inspired moment, I want to talk to you about something. So what I've noticed since Charlie Kirk's death is that there's been a number of people that have taken to social media to tell their Charlie stories. And it made me think about when I lost my own mom, how wonderful it was to hear stories from her friends and people that knew her that I had no idea about. You know, that my mom was supporting her friends, doing little things here and there. that she never told me about, but they were acts of service. And she was serving her friends, and she was serving people in a way where they really felt her loss when she passed away. And that's what I saw with Charlie Kirk this week. People, they don't talk about that stuff when you're alive. They keep it between you and them. But when people feel the loss, that's when they start thinking, oh my gosh, this is what I've lost. And they start recalling all of your acts of service. So for today, I want to talk about the benefits of living in service. We live in a culture that tells us happiness comes from what we gain, but real fulfillment often comes from what we give. Living in service to others doesn't mean losing yourself. It means discovering a deeper purpose. So here are 5 benefits of choosing a life in service. Number 1, it expands your perspective. When we serve others, we step outside of our own worries. And gosh knows, we need to do that. This shift helps us see life way more clearly. It eases your anxiety, your worry, your fear, your doubt in yourself, and it offers you perspective. You gotta stop thinking about yourself so much. I know it's, we live in this kind of isolated bubble, but sometimes if you're really struggling with something, you got to go help someone else. It's the remedy. Number 2, it strengthens connection. Service builds relationships and sense of belonging. Helping someone else reminds us we're part of something bigger and that we're never alone. Number 3, it builds resilience. Serving others develops patience and endurance. Facing challenges with compassion strengthens us emotionally and spiritually. It also creates meaningful joy. The joy that comes from giving is lasting and purposeful. Unlike fleeting pleasures, in the moment, Instagram nation, instant gratification. I don't think that's an accident, by the way. Instagram, instant gratification, IG. I don't think it's an accident. It's programming us for instant gratification when true fulfillment usually comes from small efforts collected over time. So it leaves a deep sense of satisfaction and gratitude. Transforming communities, acts of service is a ripple outward. A single kind gesture can inspire others, and it slowly transforms other communities, families, and even our culture itself. So living in service is not just about others. It's one of the most powerful ways for you to grow, for us to grow, heal, and thrive. So take an audit, right? Because, it's so busy. We can fill our days like that. It's such a busy style of life that we're living these days. So take an audit for service. We often track our money, we track our diet, we track our fitness, but we don't really track how much of our life is dedicated to service. Yet service is a measure of true wealth. Auditing our lives to see if we are serving enough helps us. It helps us stay grounded in purpose because it's easy to drift into self-centered living. So an honest audit realigns us with what really matters. So measure your real impact, right? Who have I helped this week? Whose burden have I lightened? It's a way to see if we are leaving a meaningful imprint. Reveal hidden opportunities, right? So you start auditing. You pause to examine your choices. We often discover small daily chances to serve. Opportunities we might just overlook and not even think about. It also protects against burnout. So ironically, service actually replenishes your energy. We're conditioned to think, I don't have time for that. I'm so exhausted. I'm so, I've got too many things to do. Well, let me tell you, when we give, we often receive renewed joy. We get a new perspective and we have gratitude that balances out life's stress. It's kind of like exercise. People think, I don't have time to exercise. I'm too exhausted to exercise. But yet when you get moving and you start exercising, it energizes you. Same concept here. Sometimes I'm just like, you know what? I call it getting seed in the ground. I feel like, oh, I'm kind of like in a rut here. Like, what's happening? That's my cue. I need to get out and help somebody else because I'm thinking about myself too much. I need to get some seed in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Who needs help? Align with your legacy. So auditing our service keeps us mindful of the story that we're writing. At the end of life, it won't be possessions that matter. People won't talk about your awesome car. You know what they'll talk about? They might talk about how much you loved the car and how much joy they saw on your face, what a kick you got out of the car. But they don't give a crap about your car. So that won't matter. What will matter is the stories that people tell about you. Like they're telling about Charlie Kirk these days. I've heard so many. You know, some people have come out and said, you know, I was in a bad spot. I didn't know where I was going to go. Charlie gave me a place to live. Helped me with my business, gave me a connection that helped my business grow so I could provide for my young family. I mean, those are the things that you want people talking to you about or talking about you after you pass, right? And it's not just to do it to, you know, have people say good things about you when you die. No, you feel good in the moment. There's a payoff for helping people. And it just so happens, it's a bit of a cycle, right? When you start helping other people and focus a little less on yourself, it just so works out that things work out better for you too. It seems like it's the law of nature, right? Do the right thing. Just do the right thing. It always comes back to you when you do the right thing. So take an audit, you know, sit down, find a quiet spot, take an audit. And if you figure out, oh my gosh, I'm not serving at all, don't beat yourself up. Life's hectic, I get it. But change course. Start planting seeds of service. You're listening to Naturally Inspired Radio. I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. I'm so glad you're here. Stay tuned for Hour 2.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.
Welcome to Naturally Inspired Radio, where we expose what's broken in the healthcare system, connect you to real health solutions, and inspire you to take back control of your life. We want to help you feel empowered, informed, and free to live naturally without fear, confusion, or dependency. Download our latest book on real solutions for health at naturallyinspiredradio.com. Naturally Inspired Radio is a nationally syndicated show broadcast on over 100 radio stations, online platforms, video channels, and podcast feeds. Follow us on your favorite platform today, hit that like button, leave a comment, and engage in our special live stream chats, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com to learn more, register for our weekly giveaway, and explore past episodes. You can also connect directly with Tammy, follow her on all major social media platforms, and discover more about our featured guests and trusted radio partners. Are you looking for better health? Work with Tammy today and take the first step toward a healthier, more empowered lifestyle. Schedule your complimentary 30-minute lifestyle assessment to explore personalized guidance on nutrition, movement, toxin-free living, and natural beauty without pharma. Get started now and discover Tammy's preferred health products at naturallyinspiredstore.com or text Tammy directly 720-303-8868. Love the show and want to support the movement? Head over to naturallyinspiredradio.com and click on the support tab. There you'll find all the ways you can get involved. Join our Naturally Inspired community, become a preferred customer, attend one of our amazing live events, get your backstage pass for exclusive access, and connect to all things naturally inspired. Thank you for tuning in today. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
The information and other content provided on this radio show or in any linked materials is provided for informational purposes only, not intended and should not be construed as medical advice. It is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment.
Welcome back. This is Naturally Inspired Radio. We're going into hour 2. Thank you so much for joining me. And thank you for joining me in the first hour, if you were here in the first hour. We talked about the opportunity for unity, right? We talked about the opportunity for coming together, letting go of the left-right paradigm that we know. You know, the official narratives, rarely true. Right? And we're all agreeing on that, whether you're left or you're right, or I don't know. Like, I don't even know why we have that anymore, because truly it's the people that matter, right? It's people. And we're not dealing with left, right. We're dealing with evil or good. That's what we're dealing with. And so we talked a lot about that in the first hour. And I want to just mention that tonight I will be on Josh Reed's Red Pill Project. So if you're joining us, if you are joining us, you haven't checked out Red Pill Project with Josh Reed, I invite you over there to check it out. And if you are a frequent watcher of Red Pill Project, I can't wait to be with you tonight and to spend some time. So 7 o'clock Mountain Time, I will be on the Red Pill Project tonight. We're going to talk a lot about what's going on and about, trauma, mass trauma events and all kinds of things. So it's going to be a great conversation, always is, with Josh Reed. So I want to invite you there. I also want to tell you that at 4:30, Bob Greska is going to be joining us. We're going to have a great conversation with Bob Greska. He is, of course, the maker, the innovator of Greska's C60. That's a carbon molecule that helps people with taking toxins out of their body, helps people with pain, inflammation, all kinds of things. You're going to want to hear from him. It's always a great conversation. So that's at 4:30. I also want to encourage you to enter to win. Okay. So go to Naturally Inspired Store. We give away free product here every week. So enter your name in to win that free product. And while you're there, check out some of the things that we have at Naturally Inspired Store. Become a customer and become part of the Naturally Inspired community. Did you know Susan Monarez, right? I covered her at length yesterday. She is this CDC director that has recently been, fired. And the reason why she's been fired is because she was a liar. And is a liar. She acted like she was going to get in there and fulfill the will of the people who voted for HH Secretary Bobby Kennedy, who voted for Trump's agenda of getting down to the bottom of why Americans are so unhealthy. Maha, right? That's what the people voted for. And this woman deceptively got herself into the position at CDC and led everybody to believe that she was on board with that. And of course, she's not, right? Shocker. She's not. And I thought it was really interesting. I have this tweet from Toby Rogers, PhD, Dr. Toby Rogers. Of course, he testified last week at the committee hearings, or maybe it was 10 days ago now, at the committee hearings, a big advocate for medical freedom. Susan Monarez, recently nominated to be CDC director, previously worked for 3 different CIA cutouts: Homeland Security, ARPA, which is BARDA, and ARPA-H, right? These are all kind of caveats out of Central Intelligence, right? And the ARPA-H specifically was designed to spearhead the biotechnical revolution. So it came out of DARPA. Right. So we're all kind of familiar with DARPA. So, they paint the picture. It's just so nice because yesterday, I was really annoyed because, again, wasting Americans' time, right? When we don't have time to waste, 76% of Americans are chronically ill. Okay. They have a chronic disease. We need to turn this ship around. And somebody in her position coming in with, a fake intention to actually turn the ship around. She's just slowing everything down. And you should be mad about that because we do not have that time to waste. People need attention now with their health. Instead, we get the runaround, right? And I mean, this is only one pathway. We don't need, I don't think, especially now, the CDC is not the gold standard of instruction, right? Not a lot of people listening to them now because they lied. And they've been lying and they've been exposed to be liars and they're captured agency. And I think a lot of people understand that, but we still have some people that don't, so as we're doing this work out here in the field, trying to get people to understand, hey man, you got to do your own research when it comes to your health. You can't just listen to them. They're pushing pharmaceuticals and you may not need pharmaceuticals. You may need to get your diet right. You may need to move your body differently. Like, we have no time to waste. So we're out here in the field doing this work. It would be great if we had an administration that backed us up right now and was able to move things along and get things going. But again, as I've pointed out so many times, this is a negotiations because we are a corporation, the corporation of America. And negotiations take time. And they pivot and people play lawfare and, you can't wait for it. You got to act now, right? You got to get to the information yourself and act now. But real shocker there, right? That Susan Monterez comes from a background of all these, agencies that don't necessarily have your health in mind, right? To get tired of being, being impacted by wealthy corporations that are fighting over the stock market and dividends. Don't you get tired of that? I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of it. California sees an opportunity here. I don't know what these people are thinking. Again, are we really going to fall for this? So California, well, let's just play the clip. Here's a clip from a local news outlet about California. You're not going to believe this one. Here we go.
Cases of COVID-19 are again on the rise across California. Test positivity rates now over 12% in LA County, even higher at 14% in Orange County. Those rates among some of the highest in the country.
With more, we are joined once again by Dr. Anne Remoyne, professor of epidemiology at the UCLA Fielding School of Health. Good of you to be with us, Dr. Remoyne. Let's start with the basics here. What's driving this surge in positive cases, and is it cause for concern?
Well, thanks for having me. And, this is the time of year when we have everybody going back to school, people coming back from vacation. And so it's a time where we do start to see cases of COVID increasing. This is what we've seen over the last several years. So
stop. Oh my gosh. Isn't this format just we're over it. We know you have a little format where you launch an idea and then you bring on an expert to reinforce the idea. Really? Like a professor of epidemiology at UCLA. Ooh. Everybody sit up and listen. Tests is the key word here, people. Tests. We've been through this before, right? Tests, cases, tests, testing. The more you test, the more cases, the more panic, the more drugs you sell. Injections. So anyway, this new variant is called Stratus. Oh yeah, Stratus. Now we do it's kind of like I don't know what else to do but to laugh because really, we all need to be petrified of Stratus now, everybody. Because expert from UCLA says blah, 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 blah. That's what I hear now. Blah, blah, blah. So that's what they're selling. Anyway, So keep your eyes open for that stuff, right? Because I'm sure more of that will be coming. Another story I wanted to cover, and I'm going to speed up a little bit here because Bob Greska is going to be joining us in 15 minutes. And I want to make sure we get through the next story and then our health topic in the next segment. So much more to come. You want to stay tuned. This is Naturally Inspired Radio, and I'm Tammy Cuthbert Garcia. I'm so glad you're here. We'll be right back.
Did you know that a single collagen supplement could support your heart health, help protect against EMF exposure, and reduce inflammation all at the same time? Our preferred foundational collagen not only supports radiant skin and joint mobility, but also promotes heart health, reduces inflammation, strengthens hair and nails, provides added protection against the effects of EMF exposure, and so much more. Our favorite collagen is super absorbable and easy to take. Just 1 tablespoon in the morning and another in the evening for maximum benefits. Here's what our listeners have to say.
This collagen is so easy to take, I've noticed a huge difference in my hair and nails after just a few weeks.
Since I started using Tammy's preferred collagen, my joints feel more flexible and my skin looks smoother.
Try it today at naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. When you purchase from Naturally Inspired, you get access to our group health coaching call and so much more. Go to naturallyinspiredradio.com/collagen. Did you know that medicinal mushrooms are excellent for pets? Take our preferred pet health products for joint health, skin health, antioxidant protection, sow health, anti-aging benefits, gut health, liver support, cholesterol regulation, blood pressure support, brain health, anxiety relief, respiratory health, endurance and strength, anti-fatigue, and much more. Available in easy-to-take treats, great tasting gravy, and our pet food blends.
Since adding mushroom dog food to my dog's diet, I've noticed a huge improvement in his energy and coat health. He's like a puppy again, even at 10 years old.
After starting my care on mushroom super sauce, her immune health and digestion have noticeably improved. She's more playful, and her fur has never looked shinier.
Learn how to get free shipping and how to join our monthly mushroom call. Text Tammy with questions or to order at 720-303-8868. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom. That's naturallyinspiredradio.com/mushroom.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio, save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Want to remind you, my preferred beef provider is Pumpkin Creek Ranch. That's pumpkincreekranchco.com. They have the best ground beef, the best beef I've been able to find, and it comes from a regenerative farm. So get yours today at pumpkincreekranchco.com. Don't forget to use promo code TAMMY, that's TAMMY, for a little extra discount. I also want to remind you about that website I told you about. You know, the one about oxygen training. So if you know somebody that's, suffered cognitive issues, maybe injury to brain, has trouble sleeping. You need to check out this website if that's the case. liveO2.com, liveO2.com. And even for athletic performance, Mark Squibb has come up with an incredible invention, and it's you can read all about it and learn more about it at liveO2.com, or you can call Mark directly, 970-658-2789. Two wonderful supporters of Naturally Inspired Radio, and we're so grateful for them. Okay, I wanted to tell you real quickly, pull up the image of this article about glyphosate. Let's just have a quick look at it. Glyphosate found in eggs, chicken sold in grocery stores traced to GMO poultry feed. Okay, so they're finding glyphosate now in our eggs because of the feed that we are feeding chickens, right, in these massive operations. So, me, I do my own little chicken operation here, and we do, lots of table scraps, and they free range, lots of bugs and whatnot, and we supplement here and there with flaxseed and organic feed, and that is why, it's a little crazy out there with our food supply. And I hate even telling you this stuff because I know everybody feels like, oh my gosh, you can't eat anything. No, you can. You can. It's just, you got to know sourcing, right? So once you get a routine down for sourcing, you can clean a lot of this up. You're not going to clean everything up, but when you nutrify your body and, make purposeful choices to get key nutrients into your body, supplementation, and clean food, you feel the difference. So I don't say it to scare you. I just want to bring awareness around it so that everybody understands how important it is to make those swaps of the things that you can control, right? The things you can control, the stuff in your house, the food you're putting in your body, right? Buy the organic stuff. Go and connect to a local farm near you where that farmer or rancher is offering transparency. Because I tell you, these farmers that are doing things the right way, they are more than happy for you to come over, Check this out. They have these little stores. They have those little, roadside stuff, farmers markets, but a lot of them even distribute in these smaller markets. I know our little town market has a lot of local producers that they feature in their store. So, just be a little mindful about those things because these massive industrialized operations, they're not producing the quality that we need for our nutrition. So another reason why you should be buying from pumpkincreekranchco.com. Let's get to our health topic because this is a good one, and I know a lot of people have questions about it. So I'm talking about raw milk today. And let me first preface this with this. I love Weston A. Price for this topic, especially for raw milk. They have a raw milk finder on their website. So where do I find raw milk? Weston A. Price on their website. They have a place where you can connect to resources for raw milk in your area. Now, the way raw milk is set up, because apparently, it's worse than Oxycontin, I guess, because it's pretty much banned, right? So you don't buy raw milk. You buy shares in a cow. And you buy shares in a cow, you own that cow. You own that cow, you can drink its milk. Okay? So that's kind of how it works. But here's what you need to know about raw milk, okay? It's rich in beneficial bacteria for the gut. So raw milk is living food, contains naturally occurring probiotics that can help balance your gut flora, support your digestion, and reduces issues like bloating and constipation. So it's the microbial diversity that enhances overall gut resilience. So it does wonders for your gut. But check this out. Number 2 is it's protective against allergies and asthma. So studies cited on the Weston A. Price, right? Like, don't take my word for it. They have all your resources right there. Show that children who consume raw milk are less likely to develop asthma, hay fever, and eczema. All those things, gut issues. Okay. The immune modulating properties of raw milk proteins and microbes help train the immune system. Okay. It's kind of like a lot of people have heard of like how raw honey does that, right? It's the same thing. Okay. Same type of thing. We were meant to consume from our animals. We were meant for it. It is part of the natural cycle of our food chain. Number 3, it has superior enzyme content. So raw milk contains intact enzymes such as lactase, lipase, and phosphatase, which aid in digesting lactose, fats, and minerals. These enzymes are destroyed, of course, by pasteurization. But in raw milk, they support easier nutrient absorption. And I always say this, right? Like, you can take all the supplements in the world, the vitamins in the world, but if your gut's not intact, then what are you actually absorbing? You know, that's why I like to mix up what I'm taking too. I like to take things in liquid. Sometimes I take gummies, sometimes I take powders, sometimes I take pills, right? There's all these different ways to absorb. Transdermally is another thing, right? I love to do an Epsom salt foot soak or an Epsom salt bath because the magnesium comes in through your skin. So there's other ways to get this nutrition into your body. But you have to start with the gut. You have to start with the gut because if your gut is not intact, you're not absorbing a lot of it, then the body can't get the nutrients out of it. So very, very important. It's bioavailable vitamins and minerals in raw milk because it provides fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K in their natural usable forms. So it is also rich in calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, synergistically combined with enzymes for maximum absorption and bone health. Immune-boosting compounds. Compounds like immunoglobulins, lactoferrin, in raw milk strengthen the immune system, helping the body resist infections and inflammation. These protective elements are heat sensitive and reduced during pasteurization. So much of our food is dead. And that's why, like, simply by just switching your diet to a whole food diet, not a Whole Foods grocery store diet. That's not what I'm saying. I mean an actual whole food diet, right? Like, it doesn't need a label. A steak is a steak. You recognize it by seeing it, right? You know that that's a steak. That's a whole food. It doesn't need a list of ingredients, right? An apple is an apple, shouldn't need a label. That's whole food ingredients. And your body knows what to do with that. It's when we've gotten into this synthesizing everything. It's such a strange thing that we've gotten into, this habit of taking what, like, this already works in nature. Oh no, we're humans. We're going to make a synthesized version of it. And we're going to use that one because it's better. Really? Like, think about that. You think you're better than nature? You think you know better than nature? Like, this whole thing is, we're a planet floating through the universe here, spinning around a ball of fire. Nobody's controlling this thing. You know what I mean? If you think that humans are in control of that, like, I don't know, maybe trust the planet, right? Trust nature, trust God, trust the creator. Because I think the patterns are pretty much worked out. I think we've just complicated them so freaking much that now things have gone, off the rails. Come back to nature. Come on. You don't have to do everything, but come back to nature. Healthy fats that nourish the body. Raw milk, especially from grass-fed cows, is naturally rich in omega-3 fatty acids. So also CLA, right? And these support brain function, metabolism, and anti-inflammatory pathways. So as we have, been thrust into the no-fat nation, non-fat, no fat, what has happened? We have a lot of cognitive diseases. You need fat. Traditional nutrition from stronger generations. Check out the Weston A. Price website for all your needs with raw milk. Up next, Bob Greska's joining us. Can't wait to talk to Bob. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
Are achy joints holding you back? Are you tired of stiffness slowing you down? It's time to restore with Joint Restore Gummies from Prosper CBD. These delicious strawberry-flavored gummies aren't just tasty, they're designed to soothe joint discomfort, promote flexibility, and help you move freely again. No more messy creams or bitter pills. Just one gummy a day to get you back to doing what you love. Best of all, no prescription needed.
My husband was headed towards knee surgery, and I was having hip pain. A friend recommended these. We tried them, and they worked great. We noticed a difference right away.
Right now, Prosper Wellness is offering a special deal, so don't wait. Go to jointrestore1.com. That's jointrestore1.com. Grab your Joint Restore gummies today. Be sure to use the promo code TAMMY, TAMMY, for 20% off your order.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that detoxing daily can help remove up to 70% of the toxins in your body? Let me share 3 real stories about how Greska's C60 has helped people feel their best every day. John from Denver, Colorado says,
I've always struggled with seasonal allergies, but since I started taking Greska C60 every day, my symptoms have significantly improved. I don't feel congested or tired all the time. It's been an amazing daily detox for my body, and I feel so much more energized.
Emily from Portland, Oregon says,
As an athlete, I was looking for a way to keep my body clean and detoxed. Greska C60 has been a great addition to my routine. I feel less bloated and I feel more clear-headed. Plus, it's helped me with occasional muscle stiffness and aches after intense workouts.
Visit c60.com or call 720-600-6040 today to start your own journey. Use promo code TAMMY at checkout for a special discount.
Welcome back. Hey, if you're listening and you know somebody that's, struggling with their health, share the show. Share it right now. Because Bob Greska is coming on, and Bob Greska is an aerospace materials engineer that changed career directions from building spacecraft to health and human performance. He is the CEO and founder of Greska C60, which is an incredible supplement based on carbon, which is the essence of life. Welcome to Naturally Inspired, Bob. Good to have you back.
Hey, Tammy, great to be back. Had a good weekend with an expo, and it was not very well attended, but still, we met some people that walked away from the booth without any pain, which is great. We just spray some of this topical mist on them, and it's carbon. It goes into your skin, and it alleviated their pain.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's awesome. I know. One person at a time, Bob. We help
That's
in
what
one.
It takes. One person. You convince them. They show them. Now the booths that were surrounded me, that were around me, they were going, "Oh my gosh!" I said, "What?" They were in awe. So it was good.
Watching people. Well, I have some questions for you today. We've got new audience members on, so I want to make sure everybody understands what Greska C60 is. And right off the bat, I want to talk about the solvent-free process that you use, right? Why your Carbon 60 is black, and why it's set apart in the marketplace from other C60s.
Yeah, it's set apart from all other C60 products on the market because it's true. We do not use solvents in our product anywhere. So that affords 2 things. One, there's no toxins in it. the solvent, which are toxic. They're hydrocarbon solvents. It's toluene, which is a gasoline solvent, a paint thinner, and they're toxic to your body. So it doesn't have any trace toxins in our product. And plus, that affords a much smaller particle size. As you dry solvents out of the carbon 60, all the molecules come together, they coalesce, and they get like you've seen dry mud when mud cracks. It dries up and it cracks. Well, that's because all the moisture between it pulls all the particles together and it cracks. Same thing happens with the carbon 60 molecules. When you use solvents, they all come together and they all crack, and you get these large chunks. So we have very small particle sizes, and so we have 20 nanometer spheres. This represents a carbon 60 molecule, and that just makes our product much more bioavailable for every particle size wise. For every one of theirs is 1,000 nanometers, 1,200 nanometers, 2,000 nanometers in size, and ours are 20 nanometers. So you're looking at 20 compared to 1,000. That's quite a significant size difference. So and they all do the same thing. They give the carbon 60 molecules that are 1,000 size. That's the same size as an antioxidant you get in food. So you're getting basically a good antioxidant.
Okay, so why small better? I know that because I talk to people every day, and a lot of people have absorption problems, right? So, they try to take things for pain or whatever, pills for pain, and they're not even absorbing it. So why is it beneficial to have something like this when it comes to pain?
Well, they travel better. The smaller the size, they travel better. They're more evenly distributed in your body. So they're much more bioavailable. The smaller the particle size, the more bioavailable it is. And when you're talking free radicals, you're talking, electron charges, which are very, very, very small. You're talking the negative charge of an electron and the positive charge of a free radical. Those are atomic components, so they're very tiny and they're small, so they attract each other to us. So having a smaller particle size, you get more of an attraction force. Like I always say, it's easier to push a ping pong ball than it is a car. So
Okay.
The smaller the size, the better it is.
Okay, so the other night I was doing a foot bath, Bob. I was doing a foot bath just in Epsom salts, and I have my carbon 60 right there in the bathroom by my Epsom salt, and I thought, am I wasting it if I put it in the water with it? Is that kind of a waste? Should I put it directly?
Yeah, it is. Because the water is kind of a big volume, and they disperse throughout it. So it's better to apply, like the water product, the topical mist, apply it directly to your skin, and they're small enough to penetrate right through the molecules of your skin. These are near atomic size, carbon 60. The water evaporates, doesn't really go into your skin, but the carbon molecules penetrate into your skin. They detoxify. You talked about toxins. It's like a carbon water filter that you put on your water. It's a carbon filter for your body. So that's how it works for detoxing. It gets rid of toxins in your body. I had a gentleman today. Let me see. What does he do? He worked with fiber optics. And he had the glass in his body, in the back of his hand. He used to work in high temperature environments, and he'd get fragments of glass, and he'd wipe his forehead, or he'd wipe his cheek. And he had them in his cheek. He had one in the corner of his eye, and it finally came out. And he attributes it to the carbon 60 because it didn't take him that long at all for it to come out. I'm looking at my notes up here.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting because I was just talking to somebody who's a welder, and he's kind of new to the whole health thing. He's wakened up kind of, through the last few years, like so many people have. But he started to think like, oh man, I've been welding this whole time, and there's a lot of like exposure in welding. Would this help him?
Well, yeah, it would, because there's toxins that come across the flux that's in the weld, and they get into your body. They're not good. You do breathe them. If you weld galvanized, vaporizing that zinc is not good for you. I mean, that's toxic. So yeah, it does get rid of toxins, heavy metals in your body. It neutralizes them. and then they have no more charge or affinity, so then they just pass out your body very easily.
Okay, let's explain that a little bit better. So what do you mean like it neutralizes? Because we might have some people that haven't heard you before. So can you explain that?
Sure.
Okay.
Most toxins are positive. Well, toxins by definition come into your body and they're electron stealers. That's the definition of a toxin. They steal an electron, which is negatively charged, off your molecule. So now you've got a positively charged free radical. And that's the definition of a free radical. So the carbon-60 has 60 carbon atoms in a sphere, and it's got a bunch of electrons buzzing around this. And because it's spherical in shape, it's very structurally strong, so it can give up electrons. So it'll give up an electron to the toxin, and the toxin can't do any damage at that point. And so, and then it has no positive or negative charge, so it just doesn't have any reason to stick around your body. It just passes out your body. Comes out through your skin, comes out through your
detox pathways. I think everybody should carry this. Like I give this to my kids. They keep it in their athletic bags because, they pull something or whatever, you can spray it on. Right. So it would be great too, because I know a lot of welders and a lot of guys that are working, using their hands every day, they start to feel that wear and tear. So not only, you take it orally, but you can use this topically to help your aches and pains as well. Correct?
Yes, it does. It does help relieve inflammation, which is what you get from aches and pains. So you get inflammation from bruising your body. It causes it to swell up, and you have inflammation. Carbon-60 actually, it really attacks the inflammation very, very strongly. So it gets rid of all the inflammation. The pain goes away. I had an elderly lady today I talked to. She's 92, Maryland. And, as you get older, you're more sensitive to bruises on your body.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You bruise up. She says, oh my gosh, my bruises, I'm not so susceptible to bruises, and my pain goes away. And her bruise diminishes a lot quicker. So I have a wound healing doctor also that sprays it on wounds that don't heal, and their wounds close up. We've had it on brown recluse. They close up, spider bites, and all kinds of, if you get a cut and severe cut or something like that, or a bruise or a compression blood bruise, that will close up, and we'll let it dry up for a day or two, and then spray the carbon-60 mist on it, and it will close it, make it heal a lot quicker.
It's amazing. I want to get into some of the product line after the break, but before we go away, can you tell me a little bit about just the mitochondria support that it offers?
Well, most of your free radicals, now let me just go through. A free radical is a molecule missing an electron. Now that molecule will try to satisfy itself by stealing electron from its neighboring molecule. And that one will steal from its neighbor, that one from its neighbor, that one from its neighbor. And that domino effect, it just rips through a cell and causes it not to function up to its full efficiency.
Got it.
Free radical, one electron given it to that domino effect stops the
whole chain
oxidative stress.
Got it.
Yep. So then that cell functions much better.
We're going to go to break, but when we come back, you're going to want to hear more from Bob Greska. Everybody go to C60.com. Greska's C60. You want to get some today. We're going to talk about the offers when we come back. Stay tuned. This is Naturally Inspired Radio.
Are achy joints holding you back? Are you tired of stiffness slowing you down? It's time to restore with Joint Restore Gummies from Prosper CBD. These delicious strawberry-flavored gummies aren't just tasty. They're designed to soothe joint discomfort, promote flexibility, and help you move freely again. No more messy creams or bitter pills. Just one gummy a day to get you back to doing what you love. Best of all, no prescription needed.
My husband was headed towards knee surgery, and I was having hip pain. A friend recommended these. We tried them, and they worked great. We noticed a difference right away.
Right now, Prosper Wellness is offering a special deal, so don't wait. Go to jointrestore1.com. That's jointrestore1.com. Grab your Joint Restore gummies today. Be sure to use the promo code TAMMY, TAMMY for 20% off your order.
Did you know 80% of beef consumed in the U.S. comes from 4 major corporations, much of it being imported or processed with additives? Want real beef from a real farm? Pumpkin Creek Ranch does things the right way. Local, grass-fed, dry-aged beef with no additives, no shortcuts, just honest quality.
Pumpkin Creek Ranch beef is the real deal. I love knowing exactly where my meat comes from. No additives, no nonsense, just honest quality beef.
Best beef I've ever had. You can taste the difference. Rich, tender, and packed with real flavor. Plus, supporting a local ranch makes it even better.
From pasture to plate, they raise their cattle with care, so you can get rich, natural flavor that only real ranching can provide. Stock your freezer with premium beef you can trust. Visit pumpkincreekranchco.com or call 970-658-0176.
Did you know that detoxing daily can help remove up to 70% of the toxins in your body? Let me share 3 real stories about how Greska's C60 has helped people feel their best every day. John from Denver, Colorado says,
I've always struggled with seasonal allergies, but since I started taking Greska C60 every day, my symptoms have significantly improved. I don't feel congested or tired all the time. It's been an amazing daily detox for my body, and I feel so much more energized.
Emily from Portland, Oregon says,
As an athlete, I was looking for a way to keep my body clean and detoxed. Greska C60 has been a great addition to my routine. I feel less bloated and I feel more clear-headed. Plus, it's helped me with occasional muscle stiffness and aches after intense workouts.
Visit c60.com or call 720-600-6040 today to start your own journey. Use promo code TAMMY at checkout for a special discount.
I'm always getting stories about Bob and Greska's C60. I say that because everyone always tells me how wonderful the customer service is at Greska's and how they listen. You know, Bob listened to me. He listened to my story and, you know, he encouraged me. And not only that, but, you know, he sent me this and that. And like, you can't go wrong with Greska's C60. I'm so proud that they are a partner of Naturally Inspired Radio. Bob, join me again. I want you to hear these stories.
Okay.
I'm reading this from a few of your customers. After applying Greska's Carbon 60 topically to his elbow, my husband experienced a 90% improvement overnight.
Yes.
Overnight.
Go ahead. Most of the time it works very quickly. It penetrates the skin. These are near atomic sized molecules. So they penetrate the skin better than anything else. You don't need DMSO or anything like that to pull it into the skin. They are super tiny. They will actually reach an organ in 5 minutes if you put it on topically. We have documented proof of that. It penetrates the skin, the muscles, the ligaments, and that positive charge of the free radical will attract the negative availability of the electrons. And they're like magnets. They seek out the problem and they solve the problem.
They're the nanobot without the bot. That's what it is. Yeah. This one says, I started using Greska's in the fall for my hip pain. Until Greska's, nothing has ever stopped my hip from hurting. I'm happy to say Greska's Carbon 60 has significantly reduced my hip pain and I can now walk pain-free. There's tons of these guys, you guys. I mean, my husband takes Greska's Carbon 60 orally, and he calls it his energy booster. I've seen massive improvements in that. He has been able to do more in the last 6 months than the previous 3 years. What a big difference. He is 76 and I am 75. Just youngsters, LOL. These are the types of stories that are shared about Greska C60. Let's tell me about the product line itself. What are all the different Carbon 60 products that you offer?
All right, we have a flagship product, Carbon 60 and sunflower oil. And I know people talk negative about seed oils, but this is a good quality omega-9 based seed oil. So it doesn't have the omega-6s like everybody puts down and poo-poo on all the seed oils. So carbon 60 in sunflower oil. We have carbon 60 in olive oil also that prefer olive oil. We have a topical mist for spraying it on topically, carbon 60 in water. And we also have an oral supplement, carbon 60 in water, that you can spray like 5 squirts in your mouth, under your tongue, or you can also use this topically. And then we have our face serum, which became one of our second bestseller in 4 months' time. It's carbon 16 squalane oil, and this is a very high-end cosmetic oil. You put it on your skin, it gets rid of that free radical damage that causes that leather-like feeling because it's knocking the electrons off the free radicals, off the molecules in your skin. And it softens your skin very quickly. And people have seen, I got a before and after picture that came in 2 weeks ago. And you can see the difference. She's 82 years old, and she looks like 10 years. Her lines are softer and everything like that. So wow. It works very well. Let me see here. We have, I got one thing I want to tell you. Today, I met this guy that I met 5-6 years ago with carbon 60. He had a brain, you might have remembered me talking about, he got ran over by a car, so he had a brain injury. And he told me, again, I saved his life 5 or 6 years ago by taking his product because his seizure stopped like immediately. But he said today, he says, I love the product. And he took some today, this morning. I met him at 10:30. He took a sample, he took a dose of it, which is basically you squeeze this twice and that's a serving size, about a little over halfway full. He took another one at 1:30. And then he called me after that, and he says he felt like he got his core of his being came back. He had more energy. He was thinking clarity of mind, and he just got his core back. And he called me up to specifically thank me for showing up because he can't drive. He's going to get a brain injury. So I just meet him in town, in downtown Littleton.
That's awesome, Bob.
It was good,
Yeah, it is good. You're doing such good work. I mean, providing people with real solutions for health naturally, because is carbon natural?
It's about as natural as we're made out of carbon. Everything we eat has carbon in it. All the vegetables, plants, fish, meats, everything, they're all carbon-based. We're carbon-based beings. And I don't know about this asteroid or whatever the starship is approaching the Earth right now. I've heard about that. And it must be carbon-based beings also.
What do you got going on in terms of specials, Bob? What do you have for specials?
Visit our website, put in the code word Tammy, and you get 10% off. And we ship every day, so we ship daily. I just want to point out that I will be at the National Western Complex this weekend. There's a Body, Mind, Spirit Expo going on there. So there's a lot of body, mind, spirit exhibits going on. So if you get a chance to come up there, and we'll give you a spray of the carbon 60 or the topical mist, or give you an oral sample, and you can try it out and see what it does for you.
Oh, that's a great idea. Where is the expo?
It's just north of Denver. It's northeast of I-70 and I-25. The address is 4665 Humboldt Street.
Okay, that's awesome.
It's just north of that. It's at the National Western Complex.
Okay, I think if you're from the area, you definitely know where that is. Yeah, so go out and see Bob, because when you come up to the table, what are they gonna be able to try?
Well, they can try the topical mist if they have any joint pain or any muscle pain, or they can try the sunflower oil or the olive oil product if they'd like to do that, or they can try the face serum. If they like the face serum, they want to try it, see how it works. We had very good results this past weekend with people that, some people, it depends upon the blood flow. If it's cartilage, it does very little or no blood flow. It takes forever, like 3 months to see any improvement with the carbon 60. Ligaments, there's not so much blood flow. That takes a week or 2 weeks or something like that. Eye problems, people see better vision within about 30 days. Clears up. You can put it on your eyelid, around your eye. People that have like muscle issues, like muscle pain, joint pain, they've seen relief in 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It's amazing how quick it works. I had a guy that nicked his ankle. This is one story. He nicked his ankle on a piece of metal sticking out, and he hit it pretty hard, and it's been 2 months. It's been a problem. He sprayed some of the topical mist on it. He took his sock and shoe off, sprayed some on there. Before he had his sock on, he said, my pain's gone. Wow. I mean, that quick. Yeah, I don't get it either.
What about, this is kind of a funny thing, but because like we've talked about like hangovers and stuff like that, because carbon 60 will actually help with hangovers. But another kind of off the wall thing I just thought of is, what about odor? Like stinky shoes or stinky feet and maybe even deodorant. It would work for that, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
We need to try that.
It's carbon, but it's carbon. So carbon absorbs, odors and everything like that. So it very much may work that way. I would imagine.
We need to try that.
I've never tested it or tried it.
Yeah, because those things that you spray on your shoes and air fresheners and stuff like that, they're toxic, Bob. They're toxic, right?
Yeah. Well, carbon's a known detoxifier, so it'll get rid of all the toxins and carbon picks up the odors. They put carbon, they use carbon for picking up odors.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to try that because, I don't like spraying any of that weird stuff, that's got all the phthalates and everything in it, and I just think carbon 60 is so it's so diverse. You can use it for so many different things. That's why when I saw the foot bath the other day, I was like, man, and then I thought, no, it's probably wasting it. I'm probably wasting it putting in that much water. I want to put it directly on my skin or directly in my mouth. But if you're dealing with stuff, just a little, you got the water stuff, the water solution. Just a little psh, psh in your shoes or whatever could probably take that away. And I know it works for hangovers. I know people have reported to me, that they're taking it now before and after they drink. Because, I don't know if but as you get a little bit older, sometimes it's harder to recover even from 2 glasses of wine or, a couple of beers or whatever. You feel crappy the next day. But if you have this on hand, let me tell you, it helps. It really does.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people in I think it was Czechoslovakia, and they drank heavily over there. And they told me that said, no, we took the carbon 60. We had no problems. They didn't have a hangover.
Yeah. I mean, this is a health show. I'm not advocating for everybody to go out and get wasted, people. Don't get it wrong.
Don't drink it too much either.
But I'm just saying, if you do overindulge, carbon 60 might be a great solution for you. Thank you so much, Bob, for being on today. Everybody visit C60.com. That's C60.com. Use promo code Tammy and get yourself a little discount. Thanks so much, Bob, for being on today.
Thanks, Tammy.
Thanks, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow.
Are you ready to stay informed and inspired 24/7? Tune in to Naturally Inspired Radio anytime, anywhere. Visit naturallyinspiredradio.com, or for the best mobile experience, download the Simple Radio app. Search for Naturally Inspired Radio. Save it to your favorites, and click on the graphic to listen instantly. Catch live broadcasts, revisit past shows, dive into long-form podcast conversations, and discover rare, censored presentations by leading health experts. Plus, explore documentaries uncovering the hidden truths of occult and esoteric history. Stay connected, stay inspired. Naturally Inspired Radio is always at your fingertips. Tune in now. For health questions or comments, text Tammy directly at 720-303-8868. naturallyinspiredradio.com.
Nearly 40% of Americans struggle with a $400 emergency expense. An extra $300 a month can be the difference between stability and financial stress.
Are you feeling the pinch of rising expenses? Imagine what an extra $300, $500, or even $1,000 a month can do for you. Introducing a simple 3-step system designed to help you create a steady income without the overwhelm. Step 1, follow our easy-to-use plan. Step 2, take small, consistent actions. Step 3, stay motivated with weekly coaching designed to keep you on track and moving forward. Whether you're saving for a family vacation, paying down debt, or just looking for breathing room, this system is for you. You don't need special skills, just the desire to make change. Join a growing community of success stories today. Visit simpleincome.info or text 720-764-7448.